Hey, everybody. Longtime listeners will know that I usually start the show with some inane jokes. And this time is no different. So as you know, I've been looking for some part-time work, and I realized that a resume is just a list of jobs I no longer want to do.
Yes, fair.
And Taebyn, I heard that when you were at Get Out the Float, you passed out on the carousel, but you came around quickly. And I was at the bookstore. Yes, there are still a few around. And I noticed a book entitled How to Solve 50% of Your Problems. So I bought two.
It doesn't work that way.
Oh,
Strategy.
Strategy, yes. Rain, and Rain, I heard that you are so good at repairing things that your motto is, if it isn't broken, I'll still fix it.
True.
Yeah. And finally, I read about a guy running naked through a church. I guess they caught him by the organ.
Ouch.
All right, enough of this. Let's get to the real reason that Furs tuned in. Well, greetings and Moobarkfluff to all the creatures in the Podiverse. I am Barely Normal, and you are listening to Barely Furcasting, featuring Taebyn, the show that asks the question, if you try to fail and succeed, which did you actually do?
Neither.
You did
There
well.
You did well. It says,
Well-
the gang is all here. Rain, TikTok, Cheetaro, and Ziggy. How are all of you?
Doing great.
Fluffy.
Yep, fluffing it up.
All right.
Doing great.
And without further ado, please welcome the puppiest of pups, Taebyn. How the fluff are you, Taebyn?
Hi.
You're high?
And thanks for asking. I don't know. But yeah, I'm good. Things are busy. Run. I was busy today barking at all the squirrelies and all the chipmunks, but then they ganged up on me and I got scared and ran away. So that was a very
Aw.
eventful day, I must say. But also time for Jesse for a walk, how you should do about English. And I noticed, I don't know when it started, but I just happened to notice that there are now transcripts of the show on the website. That's so exciting because then
Yes,
it
it
makes
is.
it is.
Buzzsprout added that this this
Oh, they did? Oh, good for
Yes.
them.
I haven't looked at it. How accurate are they?
Spelling errors.
Shaky.
I'm
Okay.
sure my parts are going to be very interesting.
And
Yes.
Taebyn's parts
Yes.
as well.
I'll
Yes,
bet.
but at least it gives us an idea. Like if I'm going back in the show and I want to review something, at least I'll have an idea. Well, actually,
Yeah.
based on what I've seen, sometimes not. Might have an idea of where it is.
It's like, I thought we did that first, but no, it's half an hour in. How about
It was
that?
Then I thought it was a half hour in, but then it was at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I have to shout out to Ambron Caniston from the BFFT chat, who recently
Hello.
said, I've listened to every episode all the way through. It's too late. I've been taken over.
Oh, no.
So shout
One
out
of
to you
us.
there, Ambron. That's great. And I'm so sorry for you, but excited all at the same time.
Well, and I'd like to
Yay.
thank all of our listeners. We've gotten a large amount of downloads in the last couple of
Mhm.
weeks. We've broken a record for number of downloads in a month, and we still have a whole episode coming out the end of this week. So I'm over the moon with downloads. We might actually hit 2,000
Fly me
downloads
to
for
the
1 month.
moon.
So that'd be kind of cool.
Yay.
Hey, all you
So-
first, let's try and hit 2,000 downloads. That is, listen, I mean, by downloads, I mean, you listen to the whole show all the way through.
Well,
So-
And
I mean,
yeah, let's do that. That'll be great.
even I've been lucky. 3 to Who has hit like almost 30.
Yeah,
Really?
Three
A little over
Doohoo's-
30 actually.
Three
Wow.
Doohoo's doing good, as is
Yeah.
Royal Highness. They're up.
Yeah.
They're having a record month this month too. So either people are listening because they're depressed about their taxes, or they're listening because they're trying to do their taxes, and it's the only way they can have fun at
Yeah.
at the same
Yes.
time.
We are the
Okay.
radio in the 21st century.
We are the radio in the 21st century, talk radio, which brings us to things that Taebyn doesn't understand. Is there anything you don't understand, Taebyn?
I don't understand why people spoil movies. I mean, like, what's their end game, really? I
Power.
don't understand.
Power.
Power.
Yes.
Power.
Power.
I know things.
Yeah.
And also, my friend told me that I don't understand the meaning of irony, which was ironic because we were at a train station.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say you're at a laundromat.
That too. That
Yeah.
was the story was unfolding just like the laundry. That was
Yes.
part two.
Oh.
For the
Oh.
kids, no.
This joke is all wet.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. And it's off the rails, that's for sure.
Back to the iron again.
Ow. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Do you have any?
Hola.
Does anyone have any past today besides my question to Taebyn?
I have none.
Okay.
No, I have
No,
All
none.
right.
senor.
So, Taebyn, did you ever find out if the MetaQuest had cubes in 4 dimensions?
I did. So I have some things to say. So I'm glad you asked.
I'm so glad I
Thank
asked
you.
too.
Well, at first when I was looking, I found this. Well, I was looking for Tesseract, and I didn't find what I was looking for, but I did find a VR game called Tesseract, and it's this really cool. Like you might or might not remember me talking about. I forget what the name of the game was, but some game where you're walking around in this big labyrinth, and the
Oh yeah, that's the one
and
you
you're
gave
solving
me.
puzzles. Say that again.
That's the one you gave me, and I'm trying to remember the name of
Yes,
it.
that's yeah. And it was a really cool and everything. So I found this Tesseract thing is the same type of idea. You're walking around like beautiful artistry, and it's kind of weird and surreal. And that it's a puzzle game thing. I haven't done too much of it because, like at the very beginning, you pull a lever, and then like this wavy door appears, and you're supposed to step through it. And I'm really scared, so I stopped. And so we will see next time if I actually step through the door. But then I continued to look for the actual Tesseract thing, and I found it's an app called 4D Cubes. It's a mathematically correct depiction of how various 4-dimensional objects are viewed in our 3-dimensional world, and it's pretty cool. I mean, it's more of an educational thing. It's a sandbox. You play around with 4-dimensional objects, and so it shows, again, it's mathematically correct. It shows the cross sections of various 4-dimensional objects in 3 dimensions. You can pick these objects up, move them around and stuff, and see how they work. And there's a cube, there's spheres, there's tetrahedrons, there's all kinds of interesting objects you can play with. And so it's actually really cool and just kind of interesting to play around with. So any further that is interested of seeing kind of how intersections of 4-dimensional things in a 3-dimensional world kind of behave, you might want to check this out. Now, as a side note, so this is one way we can view 4 dimensions, 3 dimensions, or at least get an idea of how these things behave and look. Another way we can do this is you can get 3-dimensional projections of 4-dimensional things. So this is all confusing and everything. And I thought maybe next time in the math section, I'll talk about these ideas and relate it to 2 and 3 dimensions. So some things we can actually wrap our heads around. And then I will talk about going up a dimension and relating it to how it works in 3 and 4 dimensions. And this is actually related to, there's this book by, I forget his first name, but Abbott. There's a book called Flatland.
Yes.
Yes. So I'll talk about Flatland and those ideas, and also how these ideas, projections, work and related to 3 and 4 dimensions. So I think that will be fun and interesting. So all you first, make sure to tune in next time for math when we hear about some interesting, fun, and mind-blowing mathematical concepts.
Awesome.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, and Taebyn, that game that you got me that you were talking about, it's called Infinite Inside.
Oh, yes, Infinite Side. Yeah, really cool game. So all you first, I really recommend that too. It's just a fun. You walk around and solve little puzzle things.
Yeah,
and
and it's
great
kind of
graphics.
MC Escherous.
It's very MC Escher.
Yeah, it's really fun, and it kind of warps your perspective on things a little bit. So
It really
you've
does.
got to do a little bit of puzzle solving to figure it out.
All
So
right.
barely you've heard of Flatland, huh?
I have. I actually own the book.
I am so proud of you, I way.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a really good little book that was actually written in the 1960s or something. But I'll talk about that on the math in the next episode.
Let's get to some formations.
All you furs, you might or might not know that I do this section every episode on formations, affirmations for your life and things. And these days I'm reading some affirmation cards with doggies on it that have wonderful affirmations for our lives. And I read 3 each episode, so here are our next 3. I am open to the universe, receiving wisdom and insight.
Ooh.
And on the back, it says horizon gazing. So I don't really know what that means, but apparently it's talking about spend time gazing at the horizon once a week. Use this time to ponder your place in the universe and open your mind to new possibilities.
Just don't do it while driving.
Don't do it while driving,
Yes.
No.
especially if Miss Daisy in the car, because it won't end well, I tell you. The next affirmation, I leap over obstacles with strength and joy.
Woo.
Who's joy?
And well, I won't say what I was going to say. Okay, I won't. But instead, I'll say, on the back of the card, it says visualize success. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing yourself successfully overcoming a current challenge. And I don't know what type of dog this is, but it's very fluff and it has big tongue hanging out of mouth. It's a chow of some type, I guess.
Chow, chow.
Chow, chow.
Chow, chow, chow.
Ciao.
And Chow says, I embrace tranquility, letting go of the noise around me.
Woo.
And on the back, it talks about a silent retreat. Dedicate 10 minutes each day to silence. Turn off all electronic devices and sit quietly, letting your mind rest.
But not during this podcast.
But not
please.
during this podcast. So that concludes the affirmations for this week. And if any of you furs out there actually do these affirmations and say what is on the back, like turning off devices for 10 minutes and stuff, write us in the BFFT chat on Telegram or on the BFFT website, or send us an email and let us know that you do this stuff and tell us what you think about it and how it has shaped and helped your life.
Well, there's a lot of problems with AI, and AI generated this and AI generated that, and I thought it would be fun to use AI to generate a MadLibs for us.
Oh, that's
And
fun.
I gave it certain parameters, and then I thought, in order to save time, since we've got other things to do, I asked it to actually fill in the blanks
Oh,
of the MadLibs.
Oh, okay.
That's exciting.
So
Interesting.
here is the story that AI generated as a MadLib.
do we
Okay.
get the prompt or we just hear the story?
We're just going to hear the story.
Okay.
Okay, you'll know which words they chose.
Oh,
okay. I'll put emphasis on it. The title of the story is Taebyn and the Cosmic Convention.
Oh my. Okay. Okay, I already know what the prompt was. Okay, great.
Taebyn adjusted their holographic spacesuit, feeling absolutely radioactive, as he boarded the shuttle to the Galactic Furcon. It was
Okay.
located on a slimy planet where the gravity was always upside down. I hope I didn't forget my gravy boat, Taebyn muttered, nervously vibrating as the ship blasted sideways.
That sounds like me.
That's not
Yes.
As soon as Taebyn got off the ship, Rain floated by wearing an inflatable disco ball that,
as I do.
that defied the laws
go.
of physics. Taebyn, you're just in
Gotcha.
time for the asteroid taco race, Taebyn
Oh.
Rain shrieked. Barely was nearby, busy polishing a sentient spatula while trying to explain the history of bagels to a very confused capybara.
There's a lot to unpack.
There's a
right
lot it's all about the flux capacitor, Barely insisted. Cheetaro zoomed past on an exploding hoverboard, trailing a banner
do.
that said Zorp. They skidded to a halt and handed Taebyn a rubbery pogo stick. Be careful, Cheetaro whispered. Boop it only if you want to turn into a cheesecake.
Oh, well. Pros and
Just
cons there.
Just be careful, Taebyn. Don't get eaten.
That's right.
Yeah,
TikTok and Ziggy were huddled in a corner, secretively teleporting a gigantic sourdough starter.
Okay, you were not supposed to watch that, but
Yep.
okay.
If we don't finish this by the end of the day, Ziggy grumbled, the entire universe will turn into garden gnomes.
Yes.
Oh,
Is that a bad thing?
Oh no, we're gonna be invaded.
Hmm.
there'll be about 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah. The day ended with a massive laser tag party in the central dome. Everyone
Nice.
was snorting, and the air was filled with the smell of fermented kazoo players.
Oh,
Now, I don't even want to know how that even happened.
Right? Taebyn looked at his friends and realized that even across the galaxy, they were the most legendary crew in existence. Let's go back next Tuesday, Taebyn yodeled. And with a fuzzy wink, they all blasted off into the black hole. Will they return?
Dun, dun, dun.
And,
next time on BFFT.
Next time.
The black
So now,
hole
Cheetaro,
adventure.
Yes.
you now have an assignment that at Furlandia you have to make sure to Zorp on stage.
Oh my god. Zorp.
Uh,
Yes, because Cheetah's Zorp, you know.
And that
And-
totally
and
fits
this-
in
this
with the
ep-
theme this year.
Yes.
This episode comes out before Furlandia, so first we'll have had the chance to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it comes out a couple of weeks before the convention. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
All right.
I mean,
Zorp.
that's a good way to use AI, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's-
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
fun.
Yeah.
for fun. That's
Yeah,
what you use
for
AI for,
fun.
or for making computer programs, right? And you tell it to write you some
Oh, you
script
don't want to
for.
go there.
No, it's like yeah. Yes,
Yeah, Zorp.
Yeah.
Zorp.
Mm.
I'll make sure
you
I
want
say
to
it to
know what
almost
we're talking
everybody.
about? Tune in.
Right.
BFFT.
There you go.
See, yeah.
Yeah. It's called a
Plug
teaser.
for the show.
All
It
right.
is. Not the taser. 'Cause yeah,
So- Oh, well, that takes us up to our media section.
Damn.
See,
That's
Welcome to our world, Taebyn.
Yeah.
I want to, on that note, Embron Caniston that I talked about before that said that thing on the show
Mhm.
or on the chat that how he listened to after the episode. He prefaced that, I forget how it came up, but he prefaced it by saying, "A pup yells media," and I'm like, "Oh, you've listened to the show, haven't you?"
yes.
At least partway through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I did that, and he's like, "Nope, no more."
No more. Well, let's see. I finished the RuPaul Drag Race. Congratulations to Mikey Meeks for being crowned the next drag superstar. I'm into season 2 of Monarch Legend of Monsters. I watched a documentary series called The Men Who Built America Frontiersmen, which was kind of cool. They covered Davy Crockett, Andrew Jackson, Lewis and Clark, Generals Fremont and Kearney, as well as Kit Carson and Tecumseh. So it was a very
nice.
interesting. Each episode was about 90 minutes long, so they were like feature length type shows. So it was kind of fun.
I'm gonna have to check that out because I like the Lewis and Clark story, especially if they talked about their air gun.
Their air gun.
Pew, pew.
Yes, so Lewis and Clark had instead of gun. Well, they had
Oh,
some gunpowder rifles, but they also had an air gun on the trip, which delighted and surprised most of the natives that saw it because it was so quiet.
Oh, I would imagine so.
But it was powerful enough to take down game. So
And the
Cool.
powder doesn't get wet.
no,
right, well, because there's no powder.
There's no powder.
Yeah.
So, all
It's
right.
an air gun.
Watched all the Guy Fieri stuff. I finished Stargate Universe, and now I'm on to Stargate Atlantis, and of course all the cartoon things at bedtime. Taebyn, how about you? What have you been media-ing?
Well.
Well,
Let's
holes in the
see.
ground.
So as I said, I've been rewatching the first half of season 3 of Beastars. Now that the second half of season out, I haven't gotten too much further than last time because I've just been such a busy pup. But I'm hoping to finish the entire season before Furlandia because, well, Jonah Scott and everything, and I don't want there to be any spoilers for me. So I'm going to try to finish the entire season before Furlandia, but we'll see. We started the Hardy Boys on Disney.
Oh wow!
Which version?
The new, I forget what it's the newest one, I think.
The hardy
Oh.
one.
Wow. Okay.
I was
Yeah,
hoping
I-
for the 1970s version.
Yeah.
Oh
I
no
remember that.
This was newer. Yeah, we've only seen like 2 episodes. It's okay. It's like you would think. There's
Mhm.
Joe and Frank, they're Hardy Boys and their problems. Young whippersnappers with a knack for solving mysteries. See, we started a show called Suburgatory.
Yes.
Yay!
Oh yeah. Good
Yes.
show.
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah,
it.
oh, yeah, good.
Last time.
So awesome show. You all apparently know about it. For all you furs that don't know, obviously it's a great show because everyfur right now just said yay, and it is. It's a really great show. It's a 2011 to 2014 show on Netflix. We're still in season 1, but it's a really great show. Stars Jeremy Sisto and Jane Levy. It also has Alan. How do you pronounce his name? Tudyk, yeah.
Yes.
Alan Tudyk. For all you first I don't know, Alan Tudyk is the alien in Resident Alien and also lots of other things.
K2SO
Amazing actor.
in Star Wars.
Firefly.
That's right.
Yeah. Firefly.
That's
He
right.
was
Lots of
Wash.
things.
Yeah.
Rex Lee is in it, our favorite gay Asian, and Chris Parnell and Alicia Silverstone. And other people, and so it's a really good show. It's about a dad and daughter from New York that moved to the suburbs in California, a place called Chatswin, which the
Chatswin.
daughter is not very happy about. Chatswin is a very suburbia stereotypical place, and hilarity ensues. And I'll leave it at that. And all you furs, it's a really great show. Check it out. I've been playing Royal Kingdom, Match Villains, Bloon 6, Beat Saber, continued. You might remember from last time, I talked about One Deck Galaxy, which is a sequel to One Deck Dungeon, and I was talking about how much more complicated it is. I've continued to try and figure it out, and it's not really too bad. There's just a bunch of rules to get used to, and I am not used to them, so I have to go through the tutorial 5 more times. But I think it will be a really fun dice game once I understand it. So I'm looking forward to that. And that is what I have been mediaing for the week.
All right. Let's throw it over to Rain.
Well, we just finished watching the season finale of the Scrubs reboot.
Mm-hmm.
I found it really good. I laughed a lot. I cried some too. Scrubs is like one of those rare medical shows that reminds me a lot of MASH. So the comedy and the tragedy, working like a well-oiled machine. But I'm kind of hoping that they get picked up for another season because there were some cliffhangers. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. What did you think of it, Ziggy?
I like the classic character returning on to the series, even if it's only for 1 or 2 episodes. I hope to see more seasons in the future, even though they have not been picked up yet, sadly. At this moment, there's no confirmation of future seasons. But after this first season concluded, I feel the approach they took with the original character being more mature and taking care of the new interns is far superior than the approach they did on the original run on season 9. That was horrible.
Yeah, I remember season 9, and that wasn't the greatest season.
I'm sorry you still remember that.
Yeah, I'm trying to blot it out of my memory too.
Yes.
But as far as games go, I finished the playthrough of Dishonored. I think it's like my 5th or 6th time playing it through. It's such a good game for replay value because you get different endings depending on the choices you make and which side quests you complete and how many people you kill and all that stuff versus how many people you just knock out or avoid altogether. I also got a new game that was on sale for $9 on Steam called Metal Eden. It's a first-person shooter that's really fast and a lot of fun. Gameplay is really smooth, and the combat is kind of like a cross between Doom and Metroid. So
wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
it's
sounds
really
cool.
it's really wild. She even has it. The main protagonist looks quite a bit like Samus, and even has a ball that she can roll into. But being a first-person view, it's a lot different game mechanics, but it's got some platforming, a lot of shooting action and stuff, and it's really fun.
Maybe I'll check that out.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the look. It runs really smooth, very good. What about you, Ziggy?
Fortnite!
Yay.
Chapter 7, Season 2, Act number 2 of the Foundation versus the Ice King. It just began. New weapons, new battle mode, new seasons pass, everything new. Although the new battle mode called Arena seems not to be taking off as expected, Battle Royale, for example, usually has about 200k plus players at any time, while
Wow.
Arena is lucky is off if only get 5k. Sometimes
That's
don't
still a
down
lot
to
of
3k.
players.
It is. a lot of
Yes,
players.
but
Yeah.
when you compare to all the rest and the big announcement and publicity they put on Arena, I don't see too much future on that game mode. But just that pew
also-
pew on 4090.
I mean,
Yeah, it
you
also
gotta try it.
explains the long wait lines to get into games. You know,
Yeah,
Mm.
I've
when
been-
there's 200,000 players at any
Right.
given time in
That's
the
a
other
lot.
arenas.
That's a lot.
yeah, I have a screen capture of me waiting 129 minutes.
Wow.
Oh,
Whoa.
Yes,
that's
that's a
wonderful.
long line, and it's not for Disney World.
Yeah,
That's a long time.
and it's
you need a
not
game to play while you're waiting for your game. to
Right?
load.
Yeah.
food is low. Yes. Quick note. I don't know what you said, Ziggy, that made me remember, but Cheetaro, I meant to say, when I was looking for the Tesseract Hypercube thing, I was
Yeah.
looking in the education place on VR, so all the education games, and guess what came up? Power Washer VR.
Yay! Educational.
So educational. Yes.
Educational, exactly. And I immediately thought of Cheetaro. So
I'd say that should be in the voced like section of it, but
Right?
Oh, you should.
For sure.
Okay. TikTok, how about you? What have you been media-ing?
Well, let's see. Well, I do have a quick question for Taebyn.
Hmm.
So, in the rebooted Hardy Boys, are they getting constantly bound and gagged?
it's kind of like what I
I
liked about the old
feel
one.
I need to plead the fifth.
This is a mature podcast, family-friendly Christian podcast.
Well, I will say that there is quite a bit of fan fiction revolving
bet.
around,
Yeah.
around
Fiction.
Well, you probably remember the South Park episode about the Hardley Boys.
Oh
Mhm.
yes,
yes.
yes.
Oh, I'll have to see that. Okay.
Oh
I
yeah,
did-
no,
Okay.
yes,
Don't.
It's
yes.
on the list.
This is such a good episode.
Make a note.
Yes, I forget which episode it is. It's not titled The Hardly Boys, but if you just Google South Park Hardly Boys and watch that episode. Oh, I know what it's called. Something about Mystery of the Urinal Dudes or something.
Can you feel my glue? Yes, I feel the glue is so hard. The glue is so hard.
It's season 10, episode 9.
Okay, there you go.
The
Alrighty
fact
then.
that you had that readily available scares me. Do you
And
have,
this is a con share every
do you have all of the episodes memorized?
No. I literally just
Only the
Googled
important
it, to be
ones.
honest.
Oh,
But
okay.
I have seen it. It's a very fun episode.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Anywho, so for my media-ing, it's just usual Jeopardy and RuPaul. Also, congrats to Mikey for the finale win, and a few Tony Bourdain. No reservations.
Cheetaro, how about you?
Pink Lemonade, my partner and I, we watched this 2011 movie called Crazy Stupid Love.
Okay.
It has Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, Julianne Moore, and Emma Stone. It is a very interesting movie about a man who gets told by his wife that she wants a divorce. After this, he ends up going to a singles bar and meets this guy. Steve Carell is the guy who is getting divorced, and he meets Ryan Gosling, who is this ladies' man who can snap his fingers and poof, he has a woman to take home every night, so to
And
speak.
they fell in love.
Well, no. He showed him the ropes on how to be able to do that himself, and lots of interesting things happen. Plot twists left and right and stuff. The whole entire movie is just very funny. Of course, Steve Carell does an excellent job because
Yeah.
Steve Carell.
Because Steve
But
Carell.
I would say, especially at the end where a whole lot of stuff just kind of happens and it literally makes you laugh at the very end thinking, oh my
Catharsis.
God. Yeah, for sure. In addition, we've been watching, because of the fact that I've been doing a lot with Furlandia, I haven't been able to watch an exorbitant number of movies, but we've been watching a lot of American Dad, and we've watched seasons 3 through 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a lot of American Dad, I know, but I enjoy season 6. I love the Christmas episode from there where Steve ends up shooting the Santa.
Mhm.
Well, who he thinks is just a mall Santa when it turns out that it's really Santa, and then Santa and the elves end up having this massive, firefight with the whole Smith family and stuff. It was hilarious, especially the aspect of Roger getting involved with this big gigantic 4-armed 9-foot tall guy, which turned out to be just some little redneck who was making moonshine on the top of a hill. But it's really awesome. Season 6 seems to have the best storyline so far of if you start from the beginning and you go to season 6. Season 6 is kind of some of the best storylines. There's actually a Thanksgiving one where he brings his half brother, who's a Native American, to his house, and it hilarity ensues, in all honesty. But you should watch American Dad in order, because they get progressively better.
And they do have a lot of running jokes when you get past season 6.
Yes, very much so. And there's a lot of things that they throw back in season 6 that is back from season 1. So if you missed anything in season 1, then you're gonna go, wait, what is that from?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I have been playing, in terms of video games, I've been playing a lot of Disney Dreamlight Valley, because that's kind of where my brain goes whenever I am totally dumbfounded by staring at a computer screen all day. So I played Disney Dreamlight Valley. I was excited to gain access to Peter Pan and Simba and Nala. Peter Pan from Peter Pan and Simba and Nala from The Lion King, of course. So in this game, you actually get these companion animals, and there's little squirrels, there's little rabbits, there's raccoons.
Yay! What about weasels? Everybody loves weasels.
No weasels, but there's an alligator, ravens, and a fox. And the ironic part is they're also different colors, so it's kind of weird. But I just got an interesting companion that was R2-D2.
Okay.
Yes, our favorite
so
animal.
little beep boop beeps going around next to me. It's just kind of fun. So if you like all that is Disney, I would recommend playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, because it's kind of fun. There's all sorts of other genres that are in there. Because there's like I said, The Lion King, Peter Pan. There's Moana. There's Ratatouille. They even have Lady and the Tramp. So you can play.
Wow.
Have access to various characters from
Old school.
all these different news. Yeah, so it's kind of fun. I enjoy it. It gives me something to veg out to when my eyes go bonkers.
All right. Well, that takes us up to our intrepid news reporter, TikTok with the furry news. What have you got for us today?
Well, Barely, I have a flurry of fur news this week.
A flurry. Okay.
A flurry.
Okay.
So, first up, in early August, the Cork Furries will be hosting the Anthro-Irish FurCon in Cork, Ireland.
Okay.
And the event is already sold out.
Wow. Okay.
Last year's attendance was around 300. Second up, the Oregon State University Furry Club, the BFFers, hosted a small event.
Nice.
Okay.
Yep. They hosted a small event on campus in April called Furries in the Quad. The event was mainly an informational booth where furs and non-furs alike could stop by and learn more about the club. Thirdly, in mid-May in Vancouver, British Columbia, there will be an adults-only drag show, Zootopia Drag Parody. This event will be hosted by the East Side Sisters, Banana Delvery and Miss October. And the description reads, mind-melting parody, high-octane drag chaos, zero plot, maximum audacity, screens everywhere blasting trippy, brain-scrambling visuals, the sexiest go-go dancer alive serving between sets, jokes, screams, hair flips, emotional damage.
Okay. Where is this and when?
Mid-May. I think they're doing multiple runs. I might be sold out, but
Oh,
it's
wow.
in Vancouver, BC.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Road trip, anyone?
Right?
And they conclude by, this is Zootopia like you've never seen it. Hornier, louder, more chaotic, and hosted by queens who absolutely should not be trusted with microphones.
Oh Lord.
That's every queen I've ever known.
Oh,
Yes.
That
yes,
is
yeah,
And
true.
that
Taebyn.
pretty much, yeah.
And
Taebyn,
Taebyn, yes.
yes.
And Taebyn.
For a different reason.
So, and then Netflix will be releasing a new show in late May in the spirit of its previous series, Big Mouth, which was an adult animated coming of age sitcom. Frequently raunchy and over the top, Big Mouth explored puberty while embracing an openness about the human body and sex. So, how do you one up Big Mouth? Make it furry.
Furries,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yay!
According to the online news magazine Polygon, mating season will be replacing a group of very horny middle school buddies with a group of very horny anthropomorphic forest animals.
No. Oh
And
no.
perpetuating
So it sounds like there's a lot of goats and deer and stuff
pretty
Yes.
much
There's-
it's
with all those horns and
no
everything.
holes barred. No furs barred. So
Wait, did you say no holds or no?
I'm pleading the fifth.
Okay. All right.
SPH.
So perpetuating the species doesn't actually seem to be a big priority for most of the animals, given the trailer shows a duck excited about banging a bunny, a wolf and a hound taking a tumble, a fawn with a wolf partner, and a raccoon getting way too excited about being sprayed by a skunk.
Oh no! No, never mind. No, never mind.
We need to
Not-
talk, honey.
Not too excited about that. One time's enough.
Big Mouth was about how adolescence is hell, but you can get through it with help with your friends. Mating season seems to be presenting the same message, but for dating.
Oh Lord.
Fur dating.
Wow.
There's-
And last up, the FAA is investigating an incident where a pair of pilots were meowing and barking over a frequency
I
called
saw
GUARD,
this.
which is intended for emergencies but is monitored by all. The pilots, who have not been identified as of yet, were asked by an air traffic controller to be more professional, but the pilots simply responded by meowing and barking more. But they did stop. I did a little research, and it appears this phenomenon goes back to the 2001 comedy film Super Troopers, where a cop is dared by a buddy to meow at a person pulled over for a traffic stop.
Mhm.
It seems to occur from time to time, and according to retired JFK air traffic controller Steve Abram, is it against the rules? Yeah. But doing 56 and a 55 is against the rules too. It really doesn't impact much.
And doing a
Uh,
6-7?
What's that?
And what about
6-7,
doing a
yes.
6-7?
And I did also see some things about guard. You know, some pilots tend to be overprotective of it and will shout down pilots trying to relay actual emergencies, like get off guard, no, mayday, really. So yeah, so it's not a big deal. And Abram goes on to say certain people in the aviation profession, and I don't begrudge them of this, they expect it to be completely buttoned up 105% of the time. At the same token, I'm sure the people who are doing the meowing and barking, they're otherwise professional. And he concluded with, they were just having a momentary joke. Sometimes a little levity eases tension.
That'd
Yeah.
do.
But
Mhm.
that's the fur news for this week.
Awesome.
Yay. Cheetaro. What you got for us this
Yes.
week for the movie review?
Well, this week I'm going back to a classic because the last couple of weeks I've been doing theater reviews, but this one's a classic. But before I actually say this, I want to say to all the listeners that have been listening to my movie reviews, I should have said this last episode, but last episode was my 75th movie review. This makes my 76th.
Wow.
This is a throwback to 1977.
Ooh, when I was a
The
little
movie
tyke.
is it was The Rescuers.
I love that movie.
It is a very interesting movie. It has been a
Mhm.
long time since I actually watched this movie, and I thought, oh, okay, I have to do this. And it's rather an interesting movie because, most of Disney's movies, when they start, before the modern day, of course, I will say, I'll preface that, the movie started where there was the title and credits on the screen and all that stuff, and then the movie would start.
Mhm.
This is the first Disney movie that actually has a prologue before the credits.
And you know why that is? I have a little bit of trivia for you.
It has to do with the fact of them paying money and homage to
It's also because of Star Wars. Star Wars
Star
was the
Wars
first feature film that
broke
didn't
it.
start with credits. It started with
Yeah.
the scroll and then
Yeah.
went directly into the movie. Once they broke that hard and fast rule, like a lot of other movies started doing it, and since this is 1977, everybody was just hot to do it, and I like it actually better than when there's a lot of credits rolling before the movie anyways.
This one starts in a very strange way because you see a little girl writing a message that she puts into a bottle and throws it into the water. And then once it's thrown into the water, that's when the credits roll and you see this bottle roam across the water. And it finally hits the shore and these mice find it. Okay. So then what you end up seeing is, and this is kind of funny, and this is why I'm going to explain this, because then what you end up seeing is you see a little blurb that says, United Nations, New York.
Okay.
And you see all these different people, because the United Nations is made up of all sorts of people from across the world, right? You see all these different people walking into this building and stuff. But what you also see once you're inside the building is all these little mice from all over the world coming out of people's bags and out of their purses and out of their whatevers, going and finding their own little way of getting in and having their own little meeting that's down underneath the United Nations. They call themselves the Rescue Aid Society, and so they were the ones that found this note from this little girl, and basically the note said, "Hey, you need to help me because I've been sort of kidnapped and trying, somebody needs to help me, blah blah blah." So there's two mice, Bernard and Miss Bianca. Miss Bianca is actually a delegate. She's from Austria, and that's only important because the voice actress at the time who did this voice is Eva Gabor.
So fabulous.
Yeah.
Jaja's sister.
Yes. And so Bernard, who is also voiced by somebody exorbitantly famous, Bob Newhart, those two end up going off on this adventure trying to find this girl. And it's rather hilarious because, Bob Newhart, he is a comedian that has some very dry humor a lot of times. And that carried over into this movie.
And he's known for being very timid. His character is known for being very timid. And Bernard, epitomized that so well in this movie.
That whole entire scene where they're needing to fly off to where they're going, and they have to go onto this albatross, and he watches this albatross come to land, and he crashes, and he's like, "Oh my God, what a horrible landing!" He says, "No, that was one of my better ones."
Yeah.
And albatrosses actually do not land very gracefully. If you've ever seen one actually land,
the poor things, they have a little trouble with their landing gear.
Yeah, well, they do have a little bit of extra package in the bottom side of them, so to speak.
True.
But yeah, so he's complaining. Bernard is his name. He keeps complaining. He says, "We should take the train. It's so much safer." But this whole entire movie is rather interesting because this is actually one of, not necessarily the last, but it's next to some of the last actual hand-drawn movies that were done on cells and stuff of that nature. And what's funny is there's a lot of throwbacks to some Disney things in this movie, one of which is the girl, her name's Penny. She actually carries around this teddy bear, which is hilarious because this teddy bear looks like an original Pooh Bear. Now, it's funny that I say that because Disney actually did their very first Pooh Bear animation, was a short for Pooh Bear back in 1967, and basically it was these people who were animating the rescuers who also animated that. So they threw this bear into there as a kind of a throwback. There's also a scene in there where there's a scene, and Taebyn's going to love this because I know he's going to love this as soon as I say this. There's a scene where they show the side of this field, and here's a mama deer and a baby deer that are just standing there. And I said, as soon as I saw that, I go, oh, look, it looks like Bambi.
Well,
I thought of you, Taebyn, when I saw the
thank
Bambi.
you.
Actually, for once in our entire history of movie reviews, Bambi was brought up actually being in the film.
Yeah, so it was rather hilarious that they have these little things all throughout. And what's also funny is they also throw a lot of calendars out there, and the calendars say things like Thursday the 12th. And then when the girl is actually found, it's actually Friday the 13th, which is hilarious when you think about it, you know. So yeah, but there's lots of different things that happen in this movie that are kind of fun. You know, there's a couple of alligators that are kind of hilarious as, like, you know, slapstick comedy things, you know, that end up grabbing the girl by her breeches and carrying her around all over the place. The evil person in this, her name is Madame Medusa, you know, and she is a rather interesting woman. All she ever wants is the diamond that this little girl is supposed to find. So it's kind of like, you know, so.
And I love her car boat thingy.
Oh God, yeah.
That thing is it's janky.
It's rather interesting because, you know, it's like, watching the scene where the little girl is driving and she's like got a rope and she's like water skiing on her high heels is rather hilarious when you think about it. This movie was kind of interesting. It had a lot of the music was a little sad, but it was appropriate for the movie. A lot of the animation, as you can, because I said it was hand-drawn, is kind of a little janky. But then again, I think it's also because this is another one of those movies that Disney has not really put any money into upgrade, so to speak. What's really interesting about this movie is that it's the very first Disney movie ever that inspired a sequel. Because at the very end of the movie, the Rescue Aid Society gets another note from another child saying they're lost somewhere, and that's what sparks the next Rescuers movie called The Rescuers Down Under, if everybody remembers. Yeah.
Wait, I don't know if I agree with that, because shouldn't The Rescuers, isn't it a sequel to Bambi?
No.
They didn't get to rescue Bambi, unfortunately.
No, they did not rescue
They only
Bambi.
rescue human children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's sad.
Sorry, Taebyn.
Speciesist.
But in terms of this movie overall, I would totally give this movie, you know, 3.5 chirps. It's totally worth the watch. There's a couple of things that seem a little bit over the top to a certain degree, but you know, what Disney movie back in the day didn't have a little over the topness, you know?
Well, and considering it was vaulted for a little while, there's a lot of people who didn't get to see it. So, I mean, it's worth a watch if you were born in the time when Rescuers was vaulted and not available on anything.
Well, currently it is being streamed on Disney Plus, like almost all Disney movies right now. So feel free to go and check it out, because it's worth the watch just because of the interactions that happen, you know, with things. So, yeah,
excellent.
And it's a piece of history.
Yeah,
it is a piece of history.
Well, thanks, Cheetaro.
So, thank you, Cheetaro.
Yeah, so welcome.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that takes us up to our upcoming events.
Events.
All right, let's see if I can get through this without cracking up. All right. May 14th through the 17th, we have 2 cons going on. We have the Anthrotales 2026 in Mons, Belgium, and we have HowlCon 2026 taking place in La Plata, Argentina.
Ooh, close to us.
Yes.
The weekend of the 22nd through the 26th, we have several cons going on. We have Anthro Ohio 2026 in Columbus, Ohio. We have Furlandia.
Yay!
I love everyone, but yay.
Taking place May 22nd through the 24th in Portland, Oregon. Nasham FurCon, the 22nd through the 24th, is in Nashville, Tennessee. And
I think it'll be important instead of Nashville.
I think so, yeah. Be nicer weather. Confuzzled 2026 is taking place in Birmingham, UK that weekend as well. The weekend of the 28th through the 31st of May, we have SOCOM in
So
Neuengana, Germany.
that's pretty good.
Bless
Pretty
you.
good.
Yes. Neuengana, Germany. That's May 28th through
Yeah,
the
I don't know how to
31st.
pronounce that at all. I'm
Nope.
not
We
gonna try.
love you, Walla Walla, Washington.
And then we have Galactic Camp 2026, not to be confused with Galacticon that Taebyn went to earlier. That's going to be taking place in Alameda, California. Verizon takes place June 2nd through the 5th in Cavanago de Brianzina, Italy.
I was surprised to see that's in Italy because I
Brianza.
thought it was going to be a furry version of Amazon or something, and I don't think of Italy when I think Amazon.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We have Zodiacon taking place the 3rd through the 7th of June in Horny Bradlow, Czech Republic.
Hey.
Fur Camp, Michigan takes place in Free Soil, Michigan, June 4th through the 7th. The 6th
Free soil.
through the 7th.
Why did they lock soil up in the first place? You should definitely free it.
Because he was dirty.
Yes.
Okay.
Bo.
June 6th through the 7th in Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada is Lethbridge Minicon. Siam Pause that same weekend in Bangkok, Thailand. Fervaria takes place in Marxheim, Germany, June 11th through the 14th. The 11th through the 15th in La Pine, Oregon takes place Campfire Tales 2026. Are you going to that
TikTok's
this year,
going?
TikTok?
I have a ticket, so I am planning to go.
Awesome. All right. Little Island FurCon takes place June 13th through the 14th in Singapore. Argentina Fur Fiesta takes place June 19th through the 21st in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Mo Furry House
Oh,
takes place June 19th through the 21st in Qingdao, Shandong province in China. I'm sorry to our Chinese listeners that I just totally buggered that up. Texas Furry Siesta takes place June 19th through 21st in Dallas, Texas. Borneo Anthro Hub takes place not in Borneo, believe it or not,
Weird.
but in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, Malaysia. That's June 20th through the 21st.
Kota Kinabalu.
Yes, however you said that. Port Maine Con takes place June 25th through the 28th in Portland, Maine. Unforgettable Taiwan Furry Gathering takes place in Taiwan, June 27th through the 28th in Zhubei City. Caesar Fur, Sefer, I guess. Another
Yes,
Czech Republic
sir.
place, June 28th through July 3rd.
Let me try. Beast Rice Nad Pernstnem, Czech Republic.
Yeah, I have no idea what all those little
He's
marks
having a
above the
stroke.
letters mean, or how do you pronounce those?
I don't know.
And that same weekend, June 28th through the July 5th in Aachenkirch, Austria, takes place Lakeside Furs.
Well, so many.
So
There's
many.
Awesome.
So many, yeah.
And as a plug for next season, suggested by our good friend of the pod, D. Otter, that we ask people to submit their local fur meets or weekends that don't necessarily make it to the con list.
To the big con ones, yeah.
and we would promote those for you as well.
Yeah, good idea. Thank you, D. Otter.
Thank you, D. Otter.
Head to Heart with Kanzo Ame strives to be a show to help young minds navigate their feelings in a healthy way and to help families support healthy emotional growth, not just in the kids, but the parents as well. Kanzo Ame likes to help families with kids like her understand neurodivergent communication techniques and demonstrate ways for young viewers to express their emotions, as well as provide tips to families on supporting each other through those emotions. Because Kanzo and I truly believe that with kindness and understanding, we can make the world a better place. Click the link to help support the show becoming a reality.
Okay, welcome to BFFT Labs, where we make the past feel like the future. As we look forward to Season 7 of BFFT, we are trying to come up with fresh new segments for your entertainment and our silliness. To that end, each episode from now until Season 7 premiere, we will try out one of our ideas for segments to see how they work and how you, our listeners, feel about it. Please let us know what you think by email or telegram or on the comment section on Buzzsprout. So, on to this episode's new segment test. The segment is No Time for the Movie Review. And the movie that we're going to review that we didn't have time to watch is called Son of Bigfoot. And the premise is teenager outsider Adam has never known the identity of his long-lost dad, but after setting off on an adventure to solve the mystery once and for all, he discovers that his father is none other than the legendary Bigfoot, and that, like his dad, he is gifted with powers beyond his imagination.
Wow.
So I'm going to go ahead and give you a review of the overall gist of the movie and what it was like watching it. So here we go. Watching The Son of Bigfoot is less like viewing a film and more like being struck by a bolt of lightning that only hits people with genetic predispositions towards Sasquatch-related anxiety. It is a cinematic experience that dares to ask, what if the forest was actually a sentient HOA and we are just the weeds? The film is a pulsating, neon-drenched exploration of the cryptid condition. It posits that being a teenager is difficult, but being a teenager whose DNA is 50% legendary forest beast is a logistical nightmare. It isn't just an adventure, it's a spiritual demand that we all embrace our inner, oversized ape man and stop paying taxes. The Son of Bigfoot is a mandatory watch for anyone who has ever looked at a tree and thought, that looks like it knows something I don't. It is absurd, it is hairy, and it will leave you questioning the structural integrity of your own feet. Rain, what did you think of the director and the direction of the movie?
Well, Son of Bigfoot was directed by Guillermo del Toro, I guess, because I didn't have time to watch the movie. So during an interview that Del Toro did during the premiere for the movie, that I also didn't watch, Del Toro said, in the original text, Adam is a boy who discovers his father is a cryptid. In my vision, Adam is a boy discovering he is a living cathedral for ancient biology. We must move away from the teen comedy and embrace the tragedy of the fur. Bigfoot is not a dad who went to buy milk and never came back. He is a relic of the Pliocene, a hairy saint hiding in a damp, moss-choked sanctuary. We will treat this fur not as a punchline, but as a forest of needles that sings when the wind blows. When Adam's feet grow, it shouldn't be, oops, I need new shoes. It should be a visceral unfolding of bone and cartilage. A beautiful, terrifying metamorphosis that smells of wet earth and old secrets.
Wow.
I found this, I kind of found this to be quite poignant, and I think that Del Toro pulled it off brilliantly, as he always does. He managed to combine the feelings of otherness that Hellboy had in the Hellboy movie with the surreal visual style that he employed in Pan's Labyrinth and The Shape of Water. All in all, I couldn't imagine a better director for this movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Nice.
TikTok, how did you feel about the cinematography?
Well, let's see. There is just so many good ideas for the film, but perhaps they just needed to pick one or two and stay with it. I mean, hear me out. The first half, the incredible panoramic scenes of eastern Oregon forests and the lava flows, totally Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings, beautifully edited helicopter shots. But did they really need to zoom in on claymation versions of the characters on the lava itself?
Probably not.
I think the director was trying to say that even as Bigfoot or his progeny, we're all just like little people in the grander scheme of things, maybe. And then it just suddenly transformed into this Akira-style anime at 24 cells a second.
Wow.
Amazing.
I remember that,
It was like amazing attention to detail and motion, but confusing. But the second half, no spoilers, but the second half, they kind of got it together. It was very film noir, lots of cigarettes and smoke. And the use of fluff blended with the smoke was just this really fascinating technique to create depth like I've never seen before. And I'll also have to say, the last scene with Bigfoot and Adam, it was this rich black and white, and they're kayaking down the Willamette with the long fade out. It was so Jean Vigo in the spirit of Atalante. I mean, very, very French, 30s. Very nice. It touched me. It touched me.
It touched you?
Watched it.
Yes, it touched me.
Watched it
In a good way?
With its claws.
Okay.
So, Ziggy, what do you think of the costumes?
Costume and wardrobe in a film like The Son of Bigfoot plays a vital role. The immersion provided by well-crafted outfit buys into the illusion of witnessing the actual living, walking, and breathing character engraved in the collective mind like Bigfoot. Although there were moments I was under the impression they put too much work into the detail of Bigfoot feet, a little excess on the fan service in my humble opinion. The end result was a very satisfactory and convincing. Bigfoot sporting a beautiful made shag hairstyle was for sure an excellent choice. I can imagine Bigfoot with a bold haircut. Big kudos for the wardrobe department in their choice of using maxi dresses, tie-dye t-shirt, bell-bottom jeans, and psychedelic colors to fit the aesthetics of the 60s, matching the decade when the Patterson killed him film accurately. The famous tape where Bigfoot is recorded walking through the forest. Side note, this humble ferret seeing Bigfoot in jean short was spot on. Overall, the hip style, ruffled disco shirt, afros, and mutton chop sideburns were the right look to go for, balancing the shock and go of gore and disembowelment scenes of Bigfoot attack. Speaking of, using practical effect instead of pure CGI was a treat. Watching the actor interacting with real object only enhanced the performance on the big screen. It is true, it demanded more work from the visual department, including costumes that will inevitably end up being torn and covered in crimson goo, but bring to life the vision of the director in full glory. All I can say is, son of a Bigfoot, those were gorgeous costumes.
Okay. I agree with that.
Cheetaro, what did you think of the musical score?
Well, The Son of Bigfoot had some very foot-tapping music. I'd be surprised if some of this music ended up getting nominated for an Academy or Award or a Grammy. The movie starts with a great song, Where the Light Is, by a band that definitely makes you want to move into the forest. It definitely has energy. The director of the movie went head over big feet to have music to move with. A few of the songs work very well with the storyline. With some movies, the soundtrack is not exciting, but for this movie, it was hair-raising. Each track fits like a furry coat.
And Taebyn, what did you think of the main character?
Well, I think after hearing everyfur's notes here and their different wonderful directions, I have to agree with everything they said. So the main character, Adam, has obviously had no formal training in linguistics or ideology, but he sure knows how to have a good time. Many scenes in the movie focus on Adam's uncanny ability to talk to trees, pet rocks, and snowdive in the Antarctic. These powers do eventually lead him to discover that his dad is indeed Bigfoot, which shook his entire identity, as all his life thus far he had preached, "Don't believe it's Sasquatch."
We're gonna watch Don't Believe It's Sasquatch.
Oh, gosh.
In order to cope with all this, he returns to some of his friends that he met along the way to solve the riddle of his unknown dad, such as the mongoose, the goatfish, and the scarecrow.
Yay!
Eventually, he got the courage to return to his father and work out their differences and discover if truly time heals all. Overall, Adam's interactions throughout the story were imaginative, powerful, and whimsical with a touch of stupidity. I know I will be excited to find out how Adam is doing in the movie sequel, Bigfoot Eats Bambi.
Yes. And Taebyn, I love how you worked in a little bit of Taebyn Sings Weird Al there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So little note, if you want, you could like drop in a little stinger of me singing that. Just to, I don't know. But I did work that in.
You did work that in, absolutely.
Good job there.
Well, that was
Good
interesting. Listeners, let us know what you think of this segment via email at barelyfurcasting@gmail.com or on Telegram or on the Buzzsprout fan mail section. Also, remember, we are seeking submissions for your best and worst con roommate stories, music from furry musicians, and as mentioned before, furs submitting local events and gatherings so we can promote them during our upcoming events. Examples of that would be like events like evening events, college, university furry group meetings, or furry park meets, etc. Help us by submitting your information. There's a link at the show notes for the roommate and music submissions, but you can send your local events, meets, etc. to our email.
To the music thing, so this is for all you furs that are musician furs that would like to your particular music. Actually, you're not just finding someone else's music. Your music, if you would like us to play it on our show, please submit it, and we will definitely like to hear what you have to offer.
Think of it as the musical guest on Saturday Night Live. You would be the featured
Yeah.
musical
Yay.
guest on our episode. So there you go.
Woo!
Taebyn,
Hello.
last episode, you tried to read a story called Frog and Toad Hat,
I tried.
and you couldn't make it through. So we're going to give you a
couldn't.
second opportunity to try and do that
Okay.
right now.
Okay, so I think instead of trying to make it through the first, what I did last time, I'll just summarize what happened last time, and I'll just continue on. So yes, so as Barely said, I started last week or last episode to read the Frog and Toad story, The Hat, and I had trouble. And but in summary, what happened was Frog bought Toad a big thing for his head, and it was so big that he couldn't even see. And he said that I will not be able to wear your beautiful present because I can't see anything. And then we ended last time with Frog saying, Toad, here is what you must do. Tonight, when you go to bed, you must think some very big thoughts. And so we continue on. Those very big thoughts will make your head grow larger. In the morning, your new hat may fit. What a good idea, said Toad. That night, when Toad went to bed, he thought the biggest thoughts that he could think. Toad thought about giant sunflowers. He thought about tall oak trees. He thought about high mountains covered with snow. Then Toad fell asleep. Frog came into Toad's house. He came in quietly. Frog found the hat and took it to his house. I don't know why he's doing it. Frog poured some water on the hat. Okay. He put the hat in a warm place to dry. Oh, I see. It began to shrink. That hat grew smaller and smaller. Frog went back to Toad's house. Toad was still fast asleep. Frog put the hat back on the hook where he found it. Good for you, Frog. When Toad woke up in the morning, he put the hat on his head. It was just the right size. Yay!
Whoa.
Wow.
I'm very excited right now.
Yeah,
Toad
you
ran
must
to
be my one
Frog's
true
house.
love because it's just the right size.
It's just the right size.
It fits me
It's woo, it's woo.
It's cool, it's cool.
Toad ran to Frog's house. Frog, 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 he cried. All those big thoughts had made my head much larger.
That's what they indicated.
Okay, now I can wear your present. Frog and Toad went for a walk. Toad did not trip over a rock.
Good.
Okay. He did not bump into a tree. He did not fall into a hole. It turned out to be a very pleasant day after Toad's birthday. And that's the end, apparently.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, pleasant is good.
Well,
Yes.
there you have it. Okay.
All right then.
Oh,
Well, okay.
Frog and Toad.
Wow.
Oh,
We love them.
Frog and Toad. Didn't they make
And
a
they
did
love
it.
each
We
other.
made it
Didn't they
through.
make an
Yes.
animated? They made an animated cartoon of that.
They did.
Oh yeah,
they
Disney did. Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was more than G-rated, actually. I don't know.
I'll have to check it
If
out.
the stories are anything to go by, yeah.
Well, I mean, Frog's a little bit of a creeper there. Comes into Toad's room when he's asleep. Come on now.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mm.
Put on this.
not the
put
first
this on
time.
your head, and it'll shrink.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that takes us up to our shameless plugs. I have real. I
Barely
have.
figured out who you are.
I have barely figured
Oh,
out
yes.
who I am. Yes, I have. I have Royal Highness, where the hosts have wrapped up season 4 of The Last Kingdom, and they're on to season 5. And that's about it for me for plugs. Rain, what are you plugging?
Well, 3 to Who, the monthly Doctor Who podcast where we talk about all things Doctor Who with me and James and Barely. This month we're covering the Bad Wolf character and story. New episodes drop on the last day of every month at midnight Pacific. You can find out all my socials and projects on my Linktree, linktr.ee/Rain Raccoon, RAYNE-RACCOON. And if any fur out there is looking for help with audio or video editing, shoot me a DM. My rates are reasonable, and Ziggy and I would like to eat from time to time.
Yes.
Eating is good.
Yes, it is.
Ziggy, how about you? What have you got to plug?
If you're playing Fortnite, don't pew me. I need the points because I want to unlock the new rat boy. He's hot.
Okay.
Yes,
he
is.
showed me he's kind of a hot little rat.
Oh, right. TikTok, what have you got to plug?
Yeah.
Well, come and get some Yote and Proto Hugs at Furlandia and check out my furseating panel.
Okay.
Cheetaro, what have you got to plug?
Well, first I need to say that since this episode is going to air on the night of Plush, if you listen to this in the morning and you come to Plush at night, be sure to give me a hug and say hi first.
And give him a
Second
huggies.
of all, give me all the huggies.
He's going to get a big box of diapers.
No diapers, no.
Not those kind of huggies.
Yeah. So, Furlandia, 2026, happening the 22nd of May through 24th of May. At this point, registration has been completed for pre-reg, but just to remind everybody out there, because I've gotten several emails from people asking, yes, we do allow people to come to the door and register. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is do the registration at con, and it's $70 when you come to the door.
But they get that special coupon though that gives them their pass as long as they pay $70, right?
They do get that special coupon to be able to enter the con as long as they pay their membership of $70. That is correct.
Oh, you're not just going to make them register, take their money, and say, "Okay, thank you, bye-bye."
Thank you for your kind donation.
Thank you for coming. Now get out. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. We would not say that. We want all furs to come to Furlandia. So
it sounds like they are.
Yes.
Well,
kind of does.
Based on everything that I know, we can say that we're going to probably break lots of records at Furlandia. Let's just say that for sure.
Let's make sure they're like the B-sides, because we don't want to break the good A's.
Not mine. Yeah. Please don't break my records.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you that that our hotel is going to be almost completely full of furries.
Mm-hmm.
There's not going to be very many rooms that are not fur-filled, so to speak.
That's cool.
Fur-filled.
It's actually really cool.
Fur-filled. Oh.
Sorry.
You gotta fulfill your promise.
Yeah.
Your promise.
So in terms of our website, I just want to let everybody know, go to our website, furlandia.org. It has our Dealer's Den vendor list. It has the layout of Dealer's Den. It has the Artist Alley vendor list. It has the map of what the hotel is going to be like. Please get yourself familiarized. We are going to have lots of signs out and stuff like that. I do want to say that our schedule of events and panels have been put out. We're still looking at the possibility of updating a few of those things and maybe adding a few more, who knows, but we'll figure that out as time continues. I do want to mention that our guest of honor, Kyle Gold, he's going to be introducing a new book. And of course, Jonah Scott is going to be there. He's going to have a panel, and he's going to be signing autographs.
Will he sign my tail?
If you ask him, he probably will.
Maybe, I guess. I don't know. I mean, that would be up to him, I guess.
I mean, it's going to be
kind of
hard.
I do want to say that there is going to be a special guest that is going to be at Furlandia. A very special guest at Furlandia.
This is exciting.
And who this special guest is, I will say his name, and then you'll go, who in the world is that?
Okay.
And then I will tell you. His name is Griffin Puatu.
Oh my God,
heck is
who's
that?
that?
Who's that?
Not Griffin
Thank you for asking.
Puatu. I'm a big fan of his. I've been a fan of his work since the early 60s.
I only know his brother, Klaatu Barada Niktu.
Well, the unfortunate part, he was born in the late 90s, so
I know.
You couldn't have known that. But anyway, so who is Griffin
father.
Puatu, you all have
traveler.
asked? No, he
Yes.
is actually a voice actor as well. And he is actually a voice actor for Beastars as well.
Oh,
and he is the voice actor of Louis.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
So we are going to not only have
Taebyn
Legoshi,
is going to pass out.
but we're also sorry,
already
Taebyn,
have.
but
I
we're also
already
going to have Louis at the con. Now, I will say there is going to be a panel that is going to be dedicated to talking about B-Stars. So it will be interesting because both Jonah and Griffin will be talking about that. So
if we bring our fan fiction, are they gonna rate it like no?
No, they won't do that.
So are they going to recreate any of the scenes from Beastars for us?
No, but they will talk about stuff from what I understand.
Will they talk to me?
Yes, they will, because Taebyn is in the same room that your panel is in right after theirs.
Oh,
yeah.
They're trapped.
They are trapped. You are trapped.
You're trapped.
Theirs
theirs is first, and then yours. So.
Well, then I better talk, or they better talk to me. I don't know. I don't know how it goes.
That's right.
A couple of more little tidbits about Furlandia, just so everybody knows. We are going to have a raffle that's going to involve our, the Pixie Project, which is our charity. There'll be a raffle. There'll be information on our website about that. We're also going to have a scavenger hunt, which is also located on our website. You can read information about that. In addition to, and I will say that I don't really think that this is the appropriate wording, but they call them escape rooms. What it basically is it's a room where you do some puzzles and you and then you figure it out and then you can go. It's not like you get locked into a room and you can't get out. Right. Just so you know. But we do have that going on, and this is all available on our website. So go to the website, furlandia.org, check it out. There's lots of stuff on there, lots of stuff that's going to be going on, and I am totally jazzed about this because we're at this point we're like 2.5 weeks away.
Yes, I'm very jazzed about this.
Gosh,
it's gonna be a lot of
coming
fun.
up really quick.
Really quick.
My honey's excited too to see it. So I mean, we're like, this is all very exciting. So,
Very exciting. Very exciting.
Take lots of videos so that us Chilean first can see.
Sure. All right, Taebyn, what have you got to plug?
Hi. I have a link tree, linktr.ee/Taebyn, Taebyn, where there's a link, of course, to all my stuff, but in particular, I have an Instagram. I don't use it much, but it's Taebyn Pup. I have merch on Fourth Wall, taebyn-shop.fourthwall.com, where I have t-shirts, mugs, stickers, and more to come, hopefully, which I will be, I think Cheetaro said I'll be doing this. I will be selling some of these at Furlandia. Proceeds will go to either charity or the con. We haven't figured it out yet, but I guess now it's official, Cheetaro. Now we have to do this. Anyway, what else? Oh,
yeah. No, I'm okay with that. Okay. We can do it to the charity. Sorry.
So, and also I have a YouTube. Make sure to check out my YouTube. I'm Taebyn Pup there. Don't forget to check out the Crispy Chicken Saga. Lots of good stuff there. Lots of good math videos, varied topics and calculus, linear algebra, some fun things like Mobius strips and kind bottles. Lots of fun stuff. There's a history of our podcast. There's cooking with Taebyn and fun things like that. Learn to make ice, blah, blah, blah. Product reviews, drumming, and other fun random things. Make sure to subscribe and check it all out. My next cons, of course, are Furlandia coming up really soon, and Anthro Week in Utah in July, August. And I'll be doing my story time with Taebyn and Taebyn Sings Weird Al. Lots of fun. Make sure to stop by and check all that out. I'll have new Taebyn chips, as I mentioned. I'll have some Taebyn merch and all this good stuff. All these things are exciting and fun. Every first say yay!
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 And those are my plugs. Oh, no.
Oh,
Nice.
well, that sound means we are out of time here at BFFT. Listeners, we know you have a choice in podcasts, and we love that you listen to Choose to Ours. Remember, you can support the show on Buzzsprout or through Patreon for as little as $3 a month. If you become a supporter on Buzzsprout for $5 a month or more, you will receive early access to the podcast release, which you can listen to on Buzzsprout. Typically, this will be about a week before release. Every little bit helps to keep the lights on and the recordings running. Or if you listen on YouTube, why not hit that subscribe button? As I mentioned before, you can send us an email at earlyfurcasting@gmail.com, or finally you can send us a fan mail on Buzzsprout, where you can send a text message or a voicemail, and we promise to respond as we can now. And why not join our BFFT listener Telegram chat? Be in the know and chat with the staff and other listeners.
Yay!
Rain,
We are fun people.
what are your parting thoughts?
Well, as always, I want to remind everybody to be kind to themselves and each other. Moobarkfluff, stay furry.
Awesome possum. TikTok, how about you?
Be all the fluff.
Perfect.
Oh.
Be all the fluff that you can be. Cheetaro.
Well, as always, make sure that you laugh and make others laugh, because if the whole world was laughing, we'd be in a better place. Moobarkfluff.
Ziggy.
Love always be. Love always win. Keep faith, and pop goes the weasel.
Well, thanks to all the staff at Injured Nerves Podcast Network, to all the furs out there, Moobarkfluff and stay furry. Taebyn, please close us out so we can go feed ourselves.
Yay. Well, first, shout out to D. Otter and Spooky, because we hope you're still doing that thing where you listen to the whole show. And also shout out, as I talked about before, to Embron Caniston, all from the BFFT chat, who still are listening to all these things. And another shout out to, you might remember a few episodes ago, I talked about Albrecht the Fox. I pronounced that wrong. I think it's Albrecht the Fox, who just started listening to the show, and he told me just today that he is now on season 2. So he's started from the beginning.
Yay.
Yeah,
Wow.
he started from the beginning, and he's doing it. So
Wow.
shout out to all of them. Thank you very much. And thank you also to all you furs that are listening to this, new or young or longtime listeners or new listeners. We really appreciate it. We hope we help your day out and make it nice and shiny and furry and fluff, and that you have a good time, because we should all have a good time, like we've been saying. We're all together, all in this together. We are a big family. We are the fluff. We are the fur, and that's awesome. So on that note, I will just say, can't wait to bark at you next time. So until then, Moobarkfluff and stay furry.
Barely Furcasting is an Injured Nerves studio production and is found on all major podcast platforms. The Furcast is produced, recorded and directed by Barely Normal, aka Mike Began, and is edited by Barely and associate producer Rain Raccoon. Opening and closing theme was created for Injured Nerves Productions for the use on the podcast by Regday with Damian Tanuki. Other interstitial and background music is from Epidemic Sound. Podcast cover art provided by staff artist Buncubus. If you would like to send us a message, you can do so via email at barelyfurcasting@gmail.com, or on our Telegram chat at BFFT Chat, or on the barelyfurcasting.com webpage. You can help support the show through donations at Buzzsprout or through Patreon at patreon.com/barelyfurcasting. Be sure to check out our merch at bfft.dashery.com. Thanks for listening. We hope you return to listen again. Moobarkfluff everyone.